Okay, let's get started. Um, I'm going to talk. I talked a little bit last week about roughing losers in the dummy. There are other ways of getting rid of losers when we come to our hand and we start counting losers. We're in a trump contract. These are things that will only work in a trump contract, and we see that in a case like this where we're in a club contract. Say I put it in 7 clubs, but that doesn't matter. And you see here we have 2 losing hearts, but these hearts, of course, they're covered by the ace king and the dummy, and we have a losing spade. And if we can get rid of this card from our hand, we'll never have to play it. Get rid of it without playing it on a spade trick. That's the trick. And so the idea is to discard it on an extra winner that's in the dummy. And when we have a suit like this heart suit, it's convenient to be able to play 3 rounds of hearts and use the extra winner to get rid of a spade. It's not obvious how this, it's not at first obvious how this always works, but if you can eliminate this losing spade, now you never have to play one from your hand. The nice thing is that now if we pull trump or something like that, I can play a spade and I can trump it in my hand. I don't have to lose that card. And if I hadn't discarded it on the extra hearts, I would have had to play a spade and lose it there. The name for this is sluffing, S-L-U-F-F. I love bridge words and I love how they play with the language. So it goes with roughing. When you trump a loser in the dummy, it's roughing. And when you discard one from your hand, it's sluffing. And if you get to do both in one play, it's called a rough and slough. And that's one of my favorite bridge terms. Here's another example, but the interesting case here is that we have a losing heart as well as a losing spade. Now I gave myself the ace of spades, so this would be what we call a slow loser, meaning that if the opponents have the lead, they can't take their spade loser right away without giving me one. I get this one, they get this one if I can't get rid of it first. So that gives me the opportunity to use promotion to get rid of that extra spade by giving up a trick. Okay, and the opponents don't have to take their ace on the first one, but if they do, I can now win the spade return. And now I have some established winners in the dummy in my hearts, and I get to eliminate this spade loser. I had 2 things going for me there. I had the extra winners in the dummy, and I had a slow loser in the spades, meaning that I could come to it later. Another way you might develop extra winners in the dummy to slough losers is with a finesse. And in this instance where we have a finesse in the hearts, we're missing the king, we can play that finesse. If it works, that's wonderful. If it doesn't work, it's almost not as bad. You know, if we lose it anyway, then we'll have a chance to, we'll still have a chance to have extra winners here and we can slough a spade loser. But having won the first trump, or having won the first finesse, we want to repeat it. So I'm going to play another heart finesse. I have to come back to my hand to do that. Take the jack, and it wins again. And now I have an extra winner in the dummy. I get to discard my spade loser, and now I'm not losing any spades. And I've won all the tricks in that contract. I want to look at some examples. Let's just look at some examples of the question is, what do we have to do in order to prepare this suit to slough losers from our hand? This is our hand, this is the dummy. And with this suit, the answer is nothing. We just play the cards. Whether you do this before you pull trump or after you pull trump depends on the nature of your losers in the other tricks. If they are quick losers and you have too many of them, you may have to do it before you pull trump. Now, does that feel dangerous? It's a little bit dangerous, but let's think about exactly how dangerous it would be. We have 5 cards in spades. The opponents have 8. So if the opponent's spades are either 4-4 or 5-3, then all of our spades will win without being trumped. Now, if they are 6-2, we won't get our third spade. If they're 7-1, we won't get our third spade. You know what I mean by that, right? 7 cards on one side, 1 on the other. But those are rare combinations. So you can see that the either 4-4 or 5-3, that's the vast majority of the divisions in missing 8 cards in a spade suit. So the odds are in your favor that you'll be able to eliminate a loser with this suit before you have to pull trump. Here's another example. What do we have to do in this case in order to slough losers? We have to promote a winner in the spades. We have to lose a trick first, and we may want to do that right away. And hopefully our losers in the other suits are slow so that they won't take them right away. If they are quick losers, when you give the lead to the opponents, they have the opportunity to take their tricks where you have losers. It doesn't mean they will, but they have that opportunity. And if you can avoid giving them the opportunity, that's always best. What do we have to do in this suit in order to slough losers? You know, in any time that you want to slough losers, you need to have more cards in the suit in the dummy than you do in your hand. And in this instance, what we need to do is lose one trick. We're hoping for a 3-2 division in the spades. I haven't laid out any spades, so I don't know how they are. But we're going to use our length, and we have to lose one trick first. What I suggest is use the ducking play. Lose the first trick. Then if you lose the first trick, you get the lead back. Now maybe you can pull trump, and then you can go to the ace and the king, and you've got the third and the fourth, or the fourth and the fifth spade in the dummy, and you can use those to discard losers. Let's see, one more example. Now, what do we have to do in order to slough losers on the extra winners in the dummy here? We have to take finesses. Even if the finesse fails, we'll have 2 cards left in the suit, and we can discard one from our hand. Let's look one more time and see if there's something we can do with this one. Here's an interesting situation. We have the Queen, Jack, 10, 9 in the dummy. So those could become extra winners. We have 2 spades in our hand. What we have to do in this suit, we have to promote. We have to lose to the ace, lose to the king, and then we'll have extra winners. We'll be out of them in our hand. So when you have to lose twice in order to develop winners, you need to be sure the timing is right and that your losers are slow and that you'll have the opportunities to do it. All right, I want to show you a hand, maybe 2 if I've got time, where we're going to use this as an example. I'm going to set up this hand, and let's show all the cards and just go through the auction. Now, South is the dealer with this hand. We have, oh goodness, nice hand. 13, 15, 16, 17 points. It's not balanced though. I've got extra long spades. So I'm going to open it 1 spade. It's my left-hand opponent. If you look at this hand, what do they do with that hand? It's a great hand. It's let's see, 12 high card points and a singleton spade. Do you recognize that as being a double? It is. It's a takeout double. Let's see. So let's do the takeout double. Now our partner here at North, they've got 8 points and they like spades a lot. They should say 2 spades. East here doesn't really have a suit. They've only got 3 points. They're kind of grateful that they don't have to bid anymore. So they're going to pass. Now with my 17 points here, that's strong enough to invite partner to game. I don't want to go myself unless I have 19, but I can say 3 spades and invite partner to game. And then partner can say 4 spades. And around it will go. So we'll be in 4 spades. I'm going to change this back to showing just my hand and the opponent's. The opening lead is the king of clubs. Now I want to go through the analysis of this hand before we play it. And being in a trump contract, we're always going to count our losers first. And let's start with this spade suit. In the spades here, we're missing the ace and the king. We've got 2 losing spades. Nothing we can do about that. And just as a reminder, we can lose 3 and still make our contract. So we have 2 losers right here in the spades. In hearts, we have no losers. We have the ace king here. In clubs, we also have 2 losers, and we're about to win our only club trick. And let's see, so there's 2 losers in clubs, and in diamonds, we have the ace king here and the queen 3 here. We have no losing diamonds. So when we play our first club trick, let me do this. We're going to win the first club trick with our ace, and suddenly now we have 2 quick club losers. What would happen if we pull trump now? If we pull trump, one of them will win their ace or their king, either one, and they'll immediately take 2 clubs, and then they'll take the other high spade. We're down 1. Down 1. So we cannot let the opponents in until we've eliminated one of these club losers. Where is our opportunity to do that? We can't rough one in the dummy because we have 2 clubs in the dummy. We'd have to make the dummy void in clubs in order to rough them. But we can sluff one on the extra diamond winners. So let's play diamonds. Again, I'm being careful here to play the high card from the short side. Notice that I didn't lead over to the ace. I played my queen first. So I'd have the little one here, taking the high card from the short side. Now I can take my ace and my king, and I can discard 1 club loser. So by doing this, I've gotten myself down to 3 losers. So I have enough to make the contract. It's now safe to let the opponents in with their ace and king of spades. They'll try to take their clubs. Here comes one. And here comes the other one. And the good thing is that since I've eliminated that loser from my hand, I'm not going to lose it here. All right, let me show one more, and because these are fun. This is the fun way to see it. Let's look at all the cards first. Again, South is the dealer, and let's say that South doesn't really have enough to open, but let's say they pass. And now West has an opening hand, 14 points. They're going to open 1 heart. Our partner has a good hand, 14 high card points, and a nice shape for a double. If a doubleton heart, 4 spades, that's important, 3 clubs and 4 diamonds. This is a takeout double. East here doesn't have a hand to bid. They're going to pass. Now, holding a good hand like this, I have 10 points, 11 actually counting the 5th spade. If I were to just say 1 spade, I would kind of be underbidding my hand. I want to show my values. With 9 to 11 points, what I want to do is jump 1 level. So instead of saying 1 spade, I'm going to say 2 spades. West is going to pass now. Now look at this hand. My partner has jumped 1 level, and I have 13, 14, 15 points myself, 14 high card. I'm adding 1 dummy point for the doubleton heart. So with 15, I know that if my partner is at the high end of that 9 to 11 range, then we belong in game. So partner could invite game by saying 3 spades, and I'm going to say 4 spades. So this is how it's going to come around. And let me hide the cards again, and let's look for an opening lead. The opening lead is going to be the 5 of hearts, and here comes the dummy. So let's go through the analysis. Once again, we're in spades. We can afford 3 losers, and in our spade suit, we have 2. In our heart suit, we have 1. And in our diamond suit, we have 1. We don't have any club losers. That's 1 too many. So once again, we've got to eliminate a loser, and we have to do it. Let's see, we're in the robots. We have to do it now before we pull trump, because if we let the opponents in, they'll immediately take their heart loser, and they still have a diamond trick and 2 spade tricks. So before we can pull the trump, we have to play our clubs. Again, playing carefully, high card from the short side, and getting lucky with them, the clubs not being divided 6-2 or 7-1. We can throw off our heart loser, and now it's safe to let the opponents in and pull trump. And they can try to take their hearts. Let's see if that's what, yeah, of course, king of hearts right there. That's what they're going to go for first, but they can't get one because we sloughed it off on the clubs. All right, that's all I got for this morning. We game at 10 o'clock. Hope you have some fun.